I'm Ariel.
And I'm Z.
And welcome back to A to Z.
And today we are talking about things that we are too old to tolerate.
Yes.
And let's be real, you guys, there are so many things that we just no longer have the energy, patience, or tolerance for. So let's talk about it.
I agree. So what's your top one? What's your number one thing that you're just like, man, this ain't it?
You know what? I think the number one thing that I'm so tired of is just unnecessary drama.
Yes.
Just drama that people bring into your life. I just think come on. Like I'm trying to live my best life out here. And I've constantly, just recently, right? I'm going to talk about this because actually we should talk about this. Just recently, I found out that someone that I know, okay, a family member, actually was talking about me, and I haven't seen this person for years. Okay, I haven't seen this person for years. And they were just saying the craziest things about me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that about myself. Like, that is so crazy.
You're like, wait, how'd you hear that?
No, really? I was like, because I didn't even hear it. I was so shocked. And so for me, but you know how that's a situation, right? Where it just was created based off of them, based off of how they felt about me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just get so exhausted with people like that. Why are you going to bring unnecessary drama into my life? And of course, I'm someone who's of course, I just let things like that pass, because why do I have to explain myself to you? Mm-hmm. Because my one big thing that I'm really firm on is that if I don't respect you, I don't give a damn about what your opinion is of me. And that's just how I am. And I think a lot of people should view things in that way, because those are things that are just, it's so crazy. Years, girl.
Yeah.
It's years since I've seen that person. Have you ever had something like that happen to you?
Honestly, I just feel like, well, yes, also, like years have passed and I'm just like, why are you still picking a bone with me? Like, what is the point of this, first of all? And second of all, why are you talking behind my back? Like, that is a big thing for me. Like, if you have a problem with me, tell me to my face and we can talk about it and we can communicate about it. If you're going to talk shit behind my back, if you're going to have issues with me and not bring them up to me, it's not my problem. Like, this is clearly something that you have wrong with you, and I can't help you with that. If you're going to bring me in and let me know, like, hey, this really bothered me or all these things, like, that's fine. We can have a conversation about it. But I mean, what is the point of that? Like, are they just like, they don't have anything else going on in their life that they need to feel like they have some relevance? I don't know. Like,
exactly.
It's crazy to me.
That's what's crazy to me too, is I've learned that some unhappy people are just, hurt people. Okay.
It's true.
It blows my mind that, I'm glad that that I, stay rent free in your mind. But I also just think
it is fan behavior, but really? I'll take it. You know what I mean?
For me, because I just think it was so crazy. When I heard it, I was like, dang, like I didn't know these things about myself. Mm-hmm. But, it's just been, I think it's because of the length, and then also just realizing that person just must be going through something personally in order to be speaking about me. And
it's like that Mariah Carey song, Obsessed. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? You know what I mean?
Play that song right now. I will get up and shake my ass. Oh, sorry. But
no, I agree though.
But that's something though that I realize with people that I'm just so tired of.
Yeah.
Another one that I think that I've been kind of tired of is just flaky people.
Yes. Or like, I feel like going a step further is just like people who don't respect your time. Like people who don't respect your time and flaky people. It's like, I have had this so many times where it's like, oh, we'll plan something. And then last minute, like 5 minutes before, they're like, oh, actually I can't. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm ready. Second of all, I moved around my schedule. Like I could be doing other things. And I'm just like, I don't mind canceling. That is totally fine. I get it. Whatever you need. But be respectful about it. Like be like, hey, I am so sorry. Something came up. Can we please reschedule? And it's like, things that are like very last minute, like a car accident or like someone dies in the family, that's totally different. But if you're consistently canceling for no good reason, last minute, and it's just like, why? What makes you think that I'm even going to want to make another plan with you? Like, that does not make sense whatsoever. And I know you totally experienced that. And I think it's like with friendships, with dating. Sorry. I just laughing at your face right now.
Because tell them what that's related to. Because right now, sir, I'm looking at you. I am looking at you on this dang camera because I feel some type of way. Because let's talk about it. Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
The reason why we're talking about this, because my girl's a baddie, okay? And she literally had a guy hit her up in her DMs. And he said, oh, I want to take you out. I want to show you a good time. This man couldn't even show up on the date. He literally canceled not once, but twice.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, sir, but the audacity.
Yeah. And I think even like girls who are on dating apps and men just like are like, hey, I'm sorry. Or have you seen those TikTok stories of guys just like not showing up? Like that, I think, is like the most disrespectful, sad thing I've ever heard. Like a girl sitting there, getting ready, whether you're picking them up or they're meeting you there. Like that is just also humiliating.
Exactly.
Like if that was ever me and someone ever stood me up, you're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Girl, don't
I will
worry.
dig your grave.
I would show up.
We're done. Like that's just not even a question.
I would show up
So,
and we would record a nice little video. Letting him know 2 middle fingers up. Okay, because
probably egg his house.
Yeah.
So
girl, please drop the address, my guy.
No,
because
literally.
I literally still want to egg your house. Okay. Because I just think it's crazy. Like when that happened.
Yeah.
And my girl looked beautiful too. Okay. She looked gorgeous. So you missed out, sir. I'm just telling you right now. It just is crazy that some people just don't respect other people's time. And
but it's also like, why make the plan?
Yeah.
Like what's the point of having a plan if you don't even want to really go to it? Because clearly that's not a priority for you. Like, that's what it says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That just makes zero sense to me because it feels like, why would you even waste your own time making a plan? But
yeah. So for me, I completely agree. I think that we need to start being more mindful of people's time and just be straight up. You guys, I respect it more if you tell me that you can't kick it early enough, and then I will realize, okay, cool. You know, you don't value me as much as I value you. Yeah. And I learned my lesson from the get. But I also am very well aware when people, you know, they have what you talked about. Yeah, things happen, you guys. I'm not going to, you know, degrade you or berate you over your cat dying. Yeah. Okay. Like I'm actually
Z doesn't get
R.I.P. to you and to you. R.I.P. to your cat.
R.I.P. to you because you're dead to me.
Because you're dead to me. Exactly. But no, like I'm very understanding of things like that. And so I just am a big believer in just, you know, you respect my time. I respect yours. If I'm not someone who is important to you in your life, I know where I stand and don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I healed within the 2 seconds that you let me know that you're not someone that values my time. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. What's another thing that you think that you're just so over?
Okay. I think I haven't really experienced this a ton recently, but people who don't respect boundaries of like friendships, of like dating, of like getting close, people who do not respect boundaries of like, hey, listen, I am not in a good place right now. I can't hang out. This is nothing personal. Mm-hmm. And they just don't respect that. They're like, well, why not? Are you mad at me? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like some of that stems from insecurity maybe. And like, but I feel like if you communicate adequately, there's no reason that they should feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or men who don't respect your boundaries in maybe not wanting to go further on a first date or boundaries of like, I don't know, just anything. If you don't respect that, then you're not respecting me as a person. Mm-hmm. And what is so necessary about that? I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. For the longest time, right? Because you know how we talked last time about people pleasing and how sometimes when people know that you're a people pleaser, they will constantly overstep boundaries because they're thinking, oh, well, she's just going to do it for me.
Yeah.
And then when you start setting those boundaries, they get mad at you for setting boundaries and having those things in place. I have learned that when people start overstepping my boundaries and then they get mad for me, having those limits.
Even having boundaries.
Yeah, even having boundaries. It's crazy how some of y'all be acting out here. Okay? Crazy to me.
Yeah.
And for me, when I'm setting a boundary, I'm saying, no, this is something that I'm not accepting. And if you can't deal with that, guess what? You're out. I can't have you in my life. Yeah. And so I'm very well aware. I especially hate when it comes to, some men out here who don't have that respect when it comes to boundaries. I've had men who have continuously tried to push before, right? Yeah. Tried to push this relationship. I'm like, dude, let me push you off a cliff because I'm not going to deal with your behavior.
Yeah.
When all I'm telling you is, hey, like, this isn't this, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
This isn't for me. And you want to know something though? We could have been friends.
It's true.
But you
ruined that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're done.
Exactly. So I'm just someone who truly believes in having boundaries in place. And I'm still learning as well that there's things that I'm not setting boundaries for, but I'm a work in progress, girl. I think we all are.
We all are. And I feel like that's a big topic for like women in dating too, just being like feeling pressured or feeling pushed, like, oh, is he not going to want to hang out with me if I don't do this and this and this? And it's just sad because it's like, that's not going to get you anywhere good either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like for the other person who's pushing those boundaries, it's clearly going to end up in a freaking mess. And it just, it's just so disrespectful. I don't know. It pisses me off. And we're too freaking old for that. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. What are there? Things are you too old for, Z?
I'm guys, okay, I'm too old for bad customer service.
Wait, this is one that's been getting her pretty recently. So you need to tell her the story.
This has been angering my soul. Okay? Because for me, I'm someone where, I go somewhere, I just expect the bare minimum respect. I'm not out here trying to expect.
Hoping they roll down the red carpet for you.
Yeah. I'm not like, at the local McDonald's by my house.
At the Walmart.
You guys, the local McDonald's by my house is like the worst rated McDonald's here in our state. And you guys.
She's a frequent.
I'm a frequent customer. Okay? And every single time I go there, I'm not going to say which one it is because someone I know works there. But when
it's not their fault.
Oh, you know what? You know what? It is your fault. You applied. But thankfully, this person actually gives decent customer service, right? But It's so crazy to me. I don't understand how people will apply for jobs that you don't like. You guys, if you don't like working in customer service, do yourself a service and apply for a job. Do everyone a service. Exactly. Do yourself a service and apply for a job that you actually like. Yeah. Don't be ruining my day. All I wanted was a cheeseburger. And you literally are over here just pissing me off because literally, girl, my food man, every single time, girl.
What does he do? He's just rude?
No, my food is like, my order's always wrong. Ugh. The workers are always looking at me like they got the ick. I'm like, you know what? You should be icked out that you work here. Because if you don't like it, then leave. Like, I don't understand. For me, when I worked in customer service, I love people. So I loved working in customer service.
Yeah.
And then I notice now that people are like, I'm like, damn, we're all out here hurting. Ever since COVID, y'all are just out here hurting. Why can't we all be out here thriving and happy? And I will always treat people with respect. I always go above and beyond and making sure that I tip well when I'm out, especially if someone, serves me well. But I'm telling you, a lot of the time lately, I've been getting terrible service. And so, you know what? I'm going to stay my happy ass home. I don't need a happy meal. I need to stay my ass home.
It's not McHappy anymore. It's
I'm telling you.
It's McUpset.
It is McSad. Very. Like, I should go complain to Ronald McDonald because this is just ridiculous behavior.
Yeah, where do we get his phone number?
I know.
Someone call him up. Please,
excuse me. I'm telling you, it's shocking to me that people are out here providing poor customer service. But I also understand, we all have our bad days. But I'm sorry. I've been going to that McDonald's every single week. I'm sorry. You can't be having a bad month. If you're having a bad month, then you got to go. And I will gladly help support you. I know I will send you the link to Indeed.com because you know what? I want you to be happy. And I also want to be happy too. But working in having people that work in the service industry and they don't like it, girl.
I think it's hard too sometimes because obviously some people are just like more equipped or have like a different education level and they need like that's really the only accessible job. But there are also jobs that aren't customer facing that are like behind the scenes that you could probably go for
Yeah.
if you really just didn't like talking to people all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trust me. I get so shocked at how mistreated I'm literally sitting there.
She is mistreated at the McDonald's.
You're really going to mistreat me over a small fry? Like, what the? But, you know, that's a me problem. You know, maybe I'm
Maybe
the
you
terrible
just have
person.
a face that people just want to be
No,
rude
really,
to.
they just want to be rude to me. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. But that's something
Yeah.
I've been experiencing. But you know,
Yeah.
girl, I love to support local businesses.
Says the one who goes to McDonald's.
I love
Now
supporting
that-
big corporations. Ain't nobody say that in this lifetime.
Just see.
Not just me. But like, it's just crazy to me, you know, and I think, girl, I don't even know where this is
Not
going.
the local businesses.
You know what?
I think that goes hand in hand though with people who like have an attitude or get like really angry. I don't understand
Exactly.
why things are that important, first of all. And second of all, I feel like no one should be disrespected like that. Like just like the angry coworkers. Well, especially if it's someone like you that cares about you, like your boyfriend or anything. Or sisters or
Yeah.
brothers or whatever. Like why was that necessary? Could we not have just had a civil conversation with you talking in a normal tone? Not saying ridiculously hurtful things. I don't know. Like that just is like, I get when you're 5 or 10 and you're having like a meltdown and you just don't control your emotions. But at 26 years old, I'm shook. I am shook. Or let me say the lack of communication as well in terms of dating.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you're not interested, just say you're not interested.
Exactly.
What's the problem with that? I wouldn't be offended. Just don't waste my time. But anyways, communication styles that are just not it are lack of and just aggression. I'm just like, whoa,
Yeah.
where did that come from? Can we
Yeah.
not just be civil?
I agree on that. I feel that when people are discussing things, especially about something that might be upsetting to someone or something that you don't agree with, there's a way to go about things. There's a complete way to actually go about things and to be able to have just open, honest conversation, because I can tell someone's emotional intelligence by the way that they communicate with me.
Yes.
I can tell. And for me, I can only deal with people in that way so much. I think at this time, like, because I'm too old to tolerate that kind of stuff, I literally nowadays, when people don't know how to communicate with me and they cut me off or whatever, I leave it where it lays, because I'm not going to bring that shit back from the dead. That's for sure. I'm not going to try and mend broken fences. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. And
I love all these sayings that you're just
girl,
pulling out.
oh my gosh.
A plethora of sayings
I'm
that I've never heard of.
Sorry. But you know, but that's the thing for me. I just will leave it where it lays, because I think I just get so you can only do so much to someone who hasn't fully healed.
Yeah.
You can only communicate with someone so much. And some people don't realize that when they communicate with others, it's actually stemming from a more personal place. It's coming from a more personal place, and then they just take it out on you. And in this lifetime, you guys, I just won't waste my time on conversations that you're not ready for.
For sure.
So I'm a big believer in healthy communication even now. And you guys, we're not perfect, okay? I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not perfect. And I am still learning healthy communication too. I was like, except for Ariel, you guys. Only Ariel is perfect.
Just kidding.
But you guys, I'm telling you, like, we really, like, we're always learning and always just talking about, being healthy communicators. And I love it though, because, one of us is always communicating super healthy. But for me, we're a work in progress, but I'm actually very proud because I think therapy's gotten me somewhere.
Same, honestly.
I'm
Open
telling you,
communication.
girl.
But I also think it has to do with like emotional intelligence of like, I learned about myself that I'm the type of person who will, if I'm like in the moment and I'm mad, I'm going to say whatever the heck I want. So I learned that I need to be like, give me 5 minutes or else I'm going to say something that I regret. And I need to like stop myself in that moment, remember that I'm like that, and step away, because I've had that happen plenty of times that I just haven't. And then stuff has came out and I'm just like, wow, that came out of nowhere. I didn't mean that. And I don't even know what quote it is, but it's like from Khloe Kardashian. And she's like, are you going to make like a really lasting decision to say something or do something? And like when your emotions change in like 60 seconds. And it's crazy that it's just like even taking like a minute away will just calm your system down so much that you can at least think like a little bit more rationally than when you're in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
So even being able to learn that about yourself, how you are, what you need to like respectfully communicate with someone is also emotional intelligence. So it's really, there's really no excuse to be acting like this.
Yeah. And I agree. That's actually something I do too. I will walk away because the things I could say.
No, literally. The things that come to mind will grill you.
I'm telling you, the things I could
light
say.
Light you on fire.
And trust me, I studied you. So obviously my intention is to hurt your feelings. And
at least she's real, guys. She is going to hurt your feelings.
I'm telling you, these are things I'm working on. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all on this podcast. I'm going to tell you the truth. These are things that I have worked on for years. Is that I used to just say something because I knew it would hurt somebody when I would communicate with them. When I would get an argument, I don't just go on the street, you guys, going around hurting
like,
people.
F you.
I'm like, F you. Hate you and your dog. Like, literally, I don't do that now. But I used to, when I would get into a really, heated argument with someone, I would just be like, okay, what's the first thing that I can say? Just so I know it will make you upset. And I did that years ago, and now I don't do that. I walk away, I think about what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, because you're right. The biggest thing for me is I don't ever want to say something that I regret and something that I don't mean, because
it's something that you can't take back.
Yeah, because all of us are going through things, right? We all are experiencing our own hardships in life, and I just never want someone to feel as if I never want someone to feel as if I didn't love them, or I didn't care about them enough, or I didn't respect them enough, just to show up for them in the way that I did. And so I learn now that I need to be more mindful of how I talk to people. And trust me, I will only read you to filth if I know that you are that close to me, and I'm not in a bad way. Like, I will joke with someone, like, right? Like, I don't just like say things now. Like, even if I'm joking with someone, I'm very mindful of, okay, joking with you is like a level 1. Okay, joking with my ex is like a level 10, right? Like, so I can go extreme with him and like, say, but I'm always mindful now. I try not to be out here just.
It's okay. I called her grandpa this morning because because she prefers whiskey as her drink of choice.
She did call me a grandpa. You guys, I was
grandpa.
Like, oh my god,
give me a glass.
Like, I ran off. I like jumped off
cowboy.
My bed. I'm telling you, I was so shook. I was like, oh my gosh, my best friend, like, grabbed me to filth. But she's right, though. It is an old man's drink. But, but
I never joke about things that aren't true.
I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, like, I literally was so shook, but I was laughing. And that's the thing, like, we have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And that's something that I love and appreciate, is I know that I can do those things with you, but with people that I'm not aware of them or their feelings or situations. And you guys, I'm very respectful. Okay? So don't come for me.
End of story.
Don't come for me.
This is where it lies.
Yes, girl. I'm telling you. Another one though that I also think of too though is unfollowing toxic people. Have you seen people that are on on Facebook?
Yes.
And I literally had a friend. I'm not going to say your name. Love you though. But I had a friend who would constantly post things whenever she would get in fights with her boyfriend, whenever she was mad at her dad. Okay, just constantly posting different, just like, F this man, hate him. Like, on Facebook. You guys, this girl had thousands of friends. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And now, but it became a lot for me because I became very close to her and her entire family.
Yeah.
And so I started hurting. She even called out her grandma one time. And I just was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And so I realized this is too much for me. Mm-hmm. This situation is too much for me. love you, your whole family. I just realized I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
And so I had to unfriend her and unfollow her, and I had to move forward just because I couldn't watch this whole entire family being bashed. This girl went through the whole family tree. Okay.
That's crazy.
And I'm telling you.
R.I.P. to her family.
I'm telling you, I just felt so bad. But those are just things where I'm learning, like, I unfollow anything that just doesn't keep on social media. I will unfollow.
Yeah.
I will decline.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to live.
Declined.
Exactly. Declined immediately. Because I just know, I have my own limits as well. And I think you also have to make sure that your mental health is, you're constantly just like prioritizing yourself and taking care of yourself. Self-care, guys. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. And I think also something really quickly that we're too old for is people taking things very personally. Like when people are like, oh, they unfollowed me, they must hate me. Or like, oh, they don't want to hang out with me. Oh, is she mad at me? Or anything of the sort. I'm like, it's not about you. And if it was, and I need to communicate that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But just because I don't do this or I don't say that or I don't like include you in every single little thing, like, I don't know, it's not personal. It really isn't. And it's like, if you're gonna, and I don't know, maybe that's kind of mean. Is that kind of mean?
No, I think it's very on point.
If
you ask me, I'm always gonna say that ain't mean. Like, what are you talking about?
No, but I'm just like, I'm too old for like, oh, I can't do this because they're gonna take it personally, and I have to think about their feelings and like what they're gonna think and if they're gonna get mad and all these things. And I just am too old for that. I cannot be like just thinking 5 miles ahead when it's really just like, I don't want to see your post. I'm going to unfollow you.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't have the energy for it. I'm just not going to.
Yep.
It's not going to work.
Girl, I'm telling you.
I don't know.
No, I love it. I love it because you want to know something, especially as a mom, right? Especially being a mom, people like sometimes people will get upset because they're over here thinking, oh, well, she hasn't responded back. You guys, I'm going to take 5 business days to respond back. I'm busy.
Yes.
What do you expect from me? And if you can't hang, get up out of here.
Yes.
I'm not going to sit here and try and ask you to be my friend. I'm sorry. I'm my own best friend. This is my best friend right here, sitting right next to me too. I don't have the time or the energy. And I think sometimes people need to understand we all have our own lives. We all have our own things. I have very, you guys, I'm going to be so real, okay? My circle is small, okay? Like very small. And the friends that I have, one.
We're in the, is it in the room with
Uno?
us?
Well, 2 now. But like, I'm telling you, like for me, my friends that I am friends with, long-lasting friendships, every single one of them, because we all know that
it's not personal.
Yeah, it's not personal.
Happens.
If I don't hear from you for like 3 to 6 months, then like, well, girl,
maybe you should be concerned.
Not you, but like, like some of these. Well, I would get concerned. I'm always going to check on you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't hang out for like 3 to 6 months, because I also know that you're also a mom too, girl.
Oh,
I'll see you in 6 months. I'll see you next year.
I didn't notice you were doing a hypothetical. I thought you meant right now. I was like, I currently am not a mother, but thank you very much.
Girl, no, I'm telling you, like in general. But for me, whenever I reach out, like even me and you, when we text, sometimes
it'll take like days.
Yeah, it might take a couple days for us to respond, depending on what's going on or whatever it may be.
What headspace we're in.
But here's the thing. If it takes a week with her, I'm going to show up to her house because I'm checking on her because it's my best friend. But but I'm telling you, I'm always making sure that I'm mindful of my friends. Like, oh, like she's a mom, she's probably just busy.
Yeah.
Right. Or this is my girl over here. She's on vacation in Guam. And she's
I wish
coming back. Girl, I'm telling you, a vacation to a certain country very soon. But
I feel like that's a wrap on what we're kind of too old for.
I'm telling you.
And we would love to hear what you are too old for.
Yes.
Because give us ideas, please.
Yes, please. Go in the comments and tell me about the things that you are too old to tolerate, because I want to hear. I want to know. I want to know.
I know there are so many things. I mean, the list could go on and on.
I know.
I'm 26 years old. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Middle age.
Cut out the nonsense, you guys. Cut out the nonsense. Protect your peace. Know your worth.
Yes.
And, take away what no longer serves you. Okay, guys?
Agreed.
Bye.